cuts back inside. He's going for a touchdown. Yes, on the board. Got it. And that is a touchdown, Rowlett. Back, he's headed towards the end zone. Touchdown.
Tonight from Williams Stadium in Garland, Texas. A very pleasant good evening, everybody. Another edition of Garland ISD football here on GRS TV. Hi again, everybody. Scott Powell along with Bobby George. We're glad you're with us tonight. Interesting matchup tonight, Bobby. Just kind of the way times have changed. Saxy 5-0 on the season, 1-0 in district. They're ranked third in the area. They moved up to number 6 in the state of Texas in 6A. And then you look on the other end, the Garland Owls are 1-5. They're 1-1. They did win the district game last week over South Garland, but wow, have times changed. Garland used to be the bell cow. They were in the state semifinals in '99. They've won some state championships. Saxy was just an up-and-coming program until the last few years.
Yeah, and it seems like it has kind of changed here, and a lot of that has to do with their quarterback, Jalen Maiden. I mean, he's been a 3-year starter, 6'3", 215-pound senior. He doesn't make mistakes on the field. You know, he only has like 700 yards of passing, but the thing is he's got 11 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He just doesn't make mistakes out there. And then they've also got Christian Cole running the ball. He's a big guy, 6 foot, 185-pound senior. And then on the other side of the ball, they got some great players like Cedric Johnson and Isaiah Humphreys. These guys are really getting recruited from some big-time schools, and they're leading their defense. They're only allowing 6.4 points per game for Saxy, and only 174 yards a game. So, I mean, you know, you've got a great defense and a great offense, and it really sets up for a good team.
That points allowed and total yards allowed is first and second, respectively, in the area. So very highly ranked offensively, also good, as you mentioned. Here's a quick pass out on the first play, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Derek Rose, who was wide open. The offense, on the other hand, Bobby, you mentioned some of that. They're third in scoring at 48 points a game, 7th in rushing at 282 a game. This used to be a Saxy team that threw the ball a lot. For instance, they only threw it 11 times last week. They kind of only throw it when they need to now. And also, the starters are only playing 2.5 quarters of ball games. So a lot of their offensive numbers are down a little bit this year.
You know, that kind of helps you out. A lot of times, Saxy in the past have scored so quickly that, you know, they gives the defense, the other team, a lot of time to be able to stay in the game. They can score back against your defense. But this year they have a lot more ball control, and they've been able to, you know, keep the ball and not let the other team score on them. So
bad snap there. Maiden just got a hand on it, was able to get back to it and then throw the ball. Saxy's 2 for 2 or 0 for 2, whichever way you want to look at it. 2 passes and 2 drops on the first couple of plays. 3rd and 10. Not a great start for the Mustangs. Highly favored in this game. And here's another pass that's incomplete. This one was a bad pass, way over the head of the intended receiver. And wow, Saxy, a 1-2-3 punt.
Hey,
that doesn't happen often to the Saxy Mustangs.
You know, and they were really fortunate that ball that was snapped over Jalen Maiden's head went right back into his hands, and Garland got away with, you know, making them punt. Hey, that's what you wanted to do. Get in this game, get it started, and make it go in your favor. Now let's see what they can do. Now they've had, you know, Garland Owls had, and then they get a blocked punt.
Fourthman had it blocked. It's up.
Get on it. Come on.
Garland's
get on it. Oh.
There's also a penalty marker down, by the way, in the end zone. Let's see what that's all about. Garland had a shot at it and missed it and went out of the back of the end zone.
How in the world did that squirt out of there? He looked like he landed on it. And
There's an art to recovering a fumble, Bobby. You're an old coach. You don't fall right on top of it like a pancake. You fall on the side and cradle it into your body.
I mean, it just shot out of there, too. I mean, no chance.
There's a certain way to recover a fumble. It's an art. Penalty looks like it's against
illegal kicking team in the end zone. Since the foul did occur in the zone, by rule, That is a safety.
Bobby, it sounds like Forthman tried to kick it out of the end zone and save the touchdown. And, yeah, you can tell he's upset with himself, ripping those chin straps off his helmet. He
saved the touchdown, actually, so it's okay. Get that. Go ahead and take the penalty. It's fine.
So you get a penalty and a safety, and Garland's got the early lead. Who would have thought Garland would lead in this game?
I mean, you blink, and that's why you play the games out here. Oh, he really got a holding, and then he threw him down. That's how it happened right there.
Sheldrick Davis is the man that blocked it and then got thrown down, chasing it into the end zone. So Garland with the early lead. The upset's on, Bobby George, here at Williams Stadium. And they're going to get the ball, too.
Garland only averages 11 points per game and only 176 yards a game,
which is really bad.
It's really low. So they need this. They needed a good defensive stand, and then all of a sudden you get a block punt and you're on the board. So that's a good thing for them.
Angel Garcia should be the starter, although Trent Smith could play at quarterback. Garcia's only a 32% passer, 197 yards all year, 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions. Austin Clemens, the leading rusher, with only 185 yards in 6 games. Boy, they just have not put up much yardage or points in their ball games. They're trying to rely on defense, and that's been a problem. Now, Garland's held some of their opponents low. They lost 14-3 to Irving MacArthur, 17-3 to Keller Central, and then they won over South Garland 34-27 last week. So there's been some games where they've kept the score down just to try and help their offense.
Hey, they scored a lot of points last week, and with a minute and 27 seconds left of the game, they ended up going on top and winning that ball game.
Following the penalty, kickoff, pretty good return out to near the midfield mark. So Garland off to a really good start here.
Yeah, boy, he was 1 man away from breaking that one right there.
Good field position with a 2-0 lead as they'll start at their own 48-yard line.
Vontae Duncan taking the ball, I think.
Yep. That's about a 23-yard
right here.
return.
Boy, if he don't run into his own man right there, he would have had some yardage to go. I think only number 6 there, Cedric Johnson, was the only defender left.
It'll be Trent Smith who's going to run the quarterback, number 7. He's got Austin Clemens, the lone back behind him. Couple of wings and a receiver out to the left. 2 fakes in the backfield. Smith rolling, looking, finally dumps it off. Caught. Nope. They're going to say incomplete. Almost caught by Sheldrick Davis.
Yeah, great defense right there. Number 27, Alex Smith, chasing him all the way across the field.
So Trent Smith gets the start tonight for the Owls.
Look at that. All the way across the field. Makes a great stop right there. Sticks his hand right in, right at the very last second. It's hard to follow a receiver all the way across the field. You know, you just kind of start losing him a little bit. Not this time. Smith just stayed with him the whole way, and right at the very last second, puts his arm right in front, knocks that ball away. Just a great job right there.
We had a penalty, although I see no marker anywhere. They picked it up quickly. Nat Maxson says, looks like a legal substitution against Garland. So the umpire, Clifford Peacock, will mark it off. Eliza Mata is the head linesman. Ricky Baker, the line judge. Jeff Brixey, the back judge. Jimmy Byram, the field judge. Trey Funderburg is the side judge, and they're out of the Dallas Football Officials Association. And so far, Nat Maxson's microphone. Let's see if it works here. We should get, here we go. We'll get a live call from Nat, hopefully. Not sure what he's waiting on, but
let's get this thing on the road.
Nat is just kind of standing there looking to the Saxy sideline. Actually, the line judge is talking to head coach Red Behrens of Saxy. Here comes Nat.
Failure to wear approved equipment. Mouthpiece violation. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
There's a penalty you don't see every day, Bobby. A mouthpiece violation. That tells
is that
me
what he said? A mouthpiece violation?
Something tells me they're looking for penalties to call tonight. If you're going to call a mouthpiece, that's kind of like getting
that was pretty good sportsmanlike by Coach Behrens to go ahead and say, "Oh man, forget that. Let's decline that penalty."
It's kind of like getting a ticket for changing lanes without turning on your turn signal. I got one of those one day.
Hey, it's real good for these guys to make sure they got it in their mouth, because you don't want their teeth knocked out or get concussions, But
if you're going to call a penalty, that's ridiculous.
That's a cool thing right there for Coach Yeah, warning would
nice?
be fine. Warning would be fine, but Coach Barron says, hey, no, that's silly too.
Class act by Red
Yeah.
there. 3rd and 7 after a 3-yard gain by Austin Clements. Kind of a strange start to this game. I hope it doesn't stay strange the whole night, Bobby. 3rd and 7, could be 4-down territory. Smith turns and hands,
He might get a little
sweep
room
left,
there.
but Davis has to cut
Good
it up
block.
because of the good pursuit, and Davis will be short of the first down at the Saxy 45. 3rd and 3, Bobby, you don't have much to lose. I think the Owls ought to go for this.
I tell you, this is number 27 again. Alex Smith comes flying through there. Look at there. Oh, no, it wasn't Alex Smith. Boy, I thought it was.
Alex Smith on the defense, yeah.
Yeah, it was actually Isaiah Humphreys comes through there at safety and makes him cut back in. Gets torn down. The play just gets torn down and forces Garland to punt.
James Franklin, his future head coach, as Isaiah has committed to Penn State. And Franklin is here tonight on the sideline, the head coach of Penn State. Here's a punt, short, wobbly, fair catch at the 20-yard line. That's where the Mustangs will have their first possession tonight, and that was Humphreys on the fair catch. Garland defensively has been problematic this year, allowing 38 points a game, 218 on the ground. Boy, don't you know Christian Cole is licking his chops, the Saxy running back. Total of 340 a ball game. Christian Cole with 679 yards, 7.5 a carry, and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, now they'll hand it to him a lot. You know, they run off that play action, that run-pass game where he can Jalen Maiden can keep the ball or he can hand it off, and it just really confuses the defense.
There goes Cole up the middle, had a defender hanging on for dear life, but he's too strong to let that stop him, and a gain all the way out to the 38 of 18 yards.
Yeah, just the same play as we're talking about. You know, he makes the read. If the defensive end comes in, then Maiden will keep it as the quarterback, and if he doesn't, he'll take off. He'll hand it to Cedric Johnson. Boy, nice play right there. They just go quickly, throw it to that slot receiver, and see if the safety can get there in time.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3, Mustangs. Trailing
Just
2-0.
keep doing it.
Quick out to Drew Jackson, gets a block, gets the sideline, breaks a tackle. Can't get away from the second one, but it's plenty enough for the first down, and Saxy is rolling like a well-oiled machine so far.
Well, Drew Jackson has already dropped a couple right in a row right at the beginning of this game, so that's a nice redemption catch for him. Boy, it looks like Saxy is just going to keep doing it. It looks like the safeties for Garland are about 15 yards deep, and so that slot is just wide open. So Maiden's just going to take the snap and toss it right out there.
Timeout on the field. The upset is brewing. Garland over Saxy 2-0 here on GRS TV. And we're back at Williams Stadium. Handoff on 1st and 10. Christian Cole to his left as he hit the hole up the middle and picked up a pretty good gain to the 33. That's a gain of 5.
He's averaging 7.5 a carry, 679 yards on the year and 90 attempts.
Maiden quick out pass. It's caught. Break a tackle inside
He's
the
gone,
10.
buddy.
This is a touchdown, Saxy.
Well, they can score fast. Miles Nash, he's only 5'6", 175 pounds, but boy, he can flat out run. He's a sophomore.
It's only his 6th catch of the year. He had 5 for 42 coming in, and his first touchdown. He just split a couple of defenders, and then speed burned from there, Bobby.
Yeah, that's the same play that they've done all the way down the field. Throw it out there to the slot, make that safety that's 15 yards deep come up there and try to catch you on that. That's just not going to happen.
Extra point kick is up and good by Forthman. Timeout on the field, 8:42 opening period. Saxy has its first lead at 7-2 over Garland here on GRS TV. A 62-yard drive for Saxy on their opening possession, and they lead at 7-2. Miles Nash completed the drive with a touchdown reception from Jalen Maiden. And here's the kickoff from Jack Forthman. It's high and short, but a pretty good hang time. Caught by Devontae Duncan, evades one tackler.
He's going to get through there.
Nice spin move. He's going to give him a nice return.
Look at him go.
Duncan finally corralled as he hit the 40-yard line, but he's had two nice kickoff returns to start this one tonight.
Very nice. You know, that special teams unit is really setting the edge and making some good blocks. I mean, when you see this, it looks like a little wall right here. See that big block right there? And then just keep shielding it off.
He spun around Braylon Brooks.
Everybody's putting some shoulder pads on somebody.
Let's give credit to the blocking also as he found some good openings. Garland's going to get their play call from the sideline. They'll come right out and run the play, trailing 7-0, 7-2, with 8:29 left first quarter.
They had the lead for almost 3 minutes of this game.
And I would have never predicted that coming in. 3 receivers wide right, 1 receiver left. Austin Clements, the lone back behind the quarterback Trent Smith. Smith in shotgun. Little quarterback draw, although he cuts it out left. Oof. I think he went the opposite way that play was intended, and he got nothing and even lost a little bit, as making the tackle was Micah Buchanan.
Yeah, it did look to me that the running back went to the right-hand side, and so did – it looked like it was going to be a screen play, actually. But maybe the defense just got in there so quick he couldn't set the play up. But it looked like his running back went out in the flats, turned around for the pass, and all his linemen were sitting there waiting to block for him.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Owls. They're in the white jerseys with black pants and gold trim, black and gold helmets. Saxy in all blue tonight with red and white trim.
Well, look at these guys having a lot of fun out there on the sideline.
Dive, handoff to the fullback, and going to get a yard, maybe 2, and that's it, as he was stood up immediately as he hit the middle. And I believe that was Austin Clements. Yes, it was. Big Austin Clements. He's a load at 5'8", 235.
5'8", 235, man.
Boy,
he can run.
Bobby, they gave him a great mark. He gave him to the 40. I thought he got the 39 at best.
Yeah, he got back to the line of scrimmage there, and hey, that's good. Now it's 3rd and 10. Let's see what you can do with it, guys.
They may have to punt it away if they don't get it. One thing, if I'm Garland tonight, I would work that play clock, and so far they are. We're down under 10 right now on this play clock. Try and keep the score down. That's when they've been most successful this year, keeping that score down, because they don't score often. Smith in shotgun, they get it off. Trent rolling right, has some time. Now he's going to cut it up and run with it, but he's going to be tackled well short of the first down at the 45, 44-yard line. Tried to cut it back against the grain, and one of the folks he ran into was Bryce Robinson, the top tackler on this Saxy defense. Robinson on the year has 54 tackles. His linebacker mate Cedric Johnson has 46.
Now that was number 7. Trent Smith coming in at quarterback there and running the draw. Ooh, nice punt. Woo!
No fair catch here, and getting leveled on the catch with Shiloh Sanders, the son of Deion Sanders, and doing the leveling, I believe, was Caleb Williams. So good coverage from the Garland Owls.
Yeah, they came out ready to play tonight. They are done
playing
good so far on defense. They did real well. They had a pretty good drive going on offense. Had to punt it away. Now they're going to have to figure out a way to stop this little slot receiver catching this ball right now. You know, I can see what they're trying to do. They try to not get spread all out because they're afraid Christian Cole's going to take it up the middle on them.
And there is Cole up the middle.
Yep.
Lowers the head, runs over one tackler, and he's got a first down right up the gut to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I guess if you pulled your safeties way over there on top of those slot receivers, then you've got to make sure that your linebackers in line is able to stop that run.
Quick out pass to Rose.
There you
He's
go.
going to be tackled immediately. Nice open field tackle by, that's Devontae Duncan, who's a two-way starter for the Garland Owls.
Yeah, just a sophomore, and he's already a two-way starter. That's going to be fun. You know, he's going to have a lot of experience by the time he's a senior.
He did get 7 on it. Second down, a long 3.
There's the
play
stop
action.
pass.
Yeah, quick
Oh,
out.
you gotta
Broken
make it.
tackle down the sideline. Breaks another tackle and finally going to be downed around the 20-yard line. And that was Trent Dean who broke a couple of tackles after the catch.
Well, you've got to make this tackle right here.
Gain of 25.
Oh, you have him. You have him right there at the line.
Yeah, Garland's got to tackle in the open field because there's going to be a lot of open field tackle opportunities. Another penalty marker that we missed, and I'll tell you, they're just
bring
not
it all the way back.
Yeah, they're just not clear. They don't leave them on the field very long, which is part of my complaint. You're supposed to leave your penalty marker on the field.
Second down.
And that's twice. I can't even find it because they picked it up so quickly. If they threw it at all, by the way.
Yeah, it was on the 45. He just picked it up as he was walking by just now.
So from the 44, 2nd and 9, not a huge loss on the play because they gave a little bit of the yardage downfield. Quick out pass. This will be downed immediately because it was not a perfect pass to Rose, and that'll be a gain of 2 to the 46.
Garland's hanging right in there. Now it's 3rd and long. See if they can hold him here.
Force a punt would be nice for the Garland Owls.
Big 65 is coming into the game. Latrey Harris, 6'2", 390-pound junior, coming in over there at left guard.
Saxy's got the play from the sideline. Maiden ready to go with Cole to his right. Play action fake. Here comes the little tunnel screen, and it is dropped by Rose. Not a perfect pass, but
oh my
it
goodness.
hit both of Rose's hands incomplete. And Saxy's got a case of the drops tonight.
Well, I tell you, big 65. We talked about him coming in, Latrey Harris. He comes rolling out. Watch this block. He takes 2 guys out right here. Boom, boom. Takes 2 of them out. Great job by the big man getting downfield blocking right there.
We got an injured Owl, and this is not a good thing for Garland. Devontae Duncan, maybe their best two-way starter, is hobbled and down and back at the 41-yard line of Garland. Let's take a quick timeout. 4:37 left in our opening quarter. It's Saxy 7, Garland 2 here on GRS TV. The good news for Garland, that's Devontae Duncan is on his feet and walking off under his own power, but he is limping a little bit. Looks like something that he might just be able to walk off, but they'll need him, a key two-way player.
Yeah, it looked like on the block over here on this side of the field, they all kind of landed on his leg a little bit, maybe twisted his ankle or something. But when he was trying to get back off the field, that's when he just went ahead and went down on the ground there.
Saxy's in punt formation on 4th and 7 at their own 46. Jack Forthman, he had his last one blocked into the end zone early in the first quarter, and Garland had a chance to recover for a touchdown, but it ended up out of the end zone thanks to Forthman trying to kick it out of the end zone.
Yeah, he actually grabbed the defender by the back of the shoulder pads and kind of threw him down.
And got a little bit of a foot on the ball. It wasn't a clean kick, but
it looks like they're going to end up going for it.
Well, the officials are talking about something. We've seen a lot of this in the early go. Not a good sign.
And well, it just gave Coach Barron too much time to think about it, and he's like, forget it. We're just going to go for it, I guess.
Yeah, this is a free time that he's received as the officials looks like they're talking to Danny Russell, the Garland head coach, as you see on our monitor there on your television.
They just all came off the field, and all the offense went right back on the field. Now, the difference here is Garland, they've left their
another flag.
They've left their defense or their special teams unit out there on the field.
There is a flag that is down at the 46 on the far side.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense.
Oh.
15 yards from the previous spot by rule off first down.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, this is going to give them a first down. They won't have to punt it away, and it's going to be a first down at the Garland 39-yard line.
You had plenty of time to sit and think about this one because we had an injury timeout, and somebody must have been talking or something got silly out there to get that 15-yard penalty. That's ridiculously crazy.
Christian Cole takes the handoff and busts it out to the 33 for a gain of 6 on first down.
I'll tell you, that 65, LaTrey Harris, he is being dominant out there. Just watch him at left guard.
2nd and 4, Mustangs. Maiden with a 2-step drop. Open Jackson over the middle. First down and more inside the 15-yard line. Just a slant over the middle, and he found that zone in the secondary.
Yeah, it's just nice throw right there. Beautiful little tight shot.
You know, the ball was slightly behind him and on his left knee, so that may have slowed him down a little bit. Here's a straight sweep.
Oh, that's a touchdown. Turf Monster got him.
Yeah, he tripped up over something and downed immediately at the 10.
Just watch the
11-yard line.
Watch the receivers right here making some beautiful blocks. They opened it up. He had a free lane right to the end zone there.
2nd and 6. Oh, Trent Dean diving catch, touchdown, Saxy.
Beautiful. Boy, he laid out right there and got that slant. Boy, that is a nice shot right there. Beautiful run, a route run, and then a tight pass right on the money with a defender coming right into Jalen Maiden's right in his vision. He just was able to real quickly throw it right in the gap there.
Trent Dean averaging 19 yards a catch on just 7 catches. That was his 5th touchdown catch out of 8 receptions this year. Now the extra point situation became a run, and caught short of the end zone was Chase Cromer at the 1-yard line. So Saxy's only going to get 6 points out of this possession, but they now lead Garland by a score of 13-2 with 3:32 left in our opening quarter. Let's take a timeout here on GRS TV.
Well, there's Trent Dean right there. I tell you, he laid out for that ball. I mean, as a receiver, you just love to see the guy do that. Get completely airborne, catch that ball in the end zone. Boy, that is beautiful.
You know, I'll say it again. What a percentage of touchdowns per catch. He now has 8 receptions and 5 touchdowns, averaging right at 20 yards a catch. Big play receiver.
All he does is catch touchdowns.
Here's a kickoff return from the 20, right up the middle. Another nice return. This is Jaron Holcomb. He is finally tripped up. We've got a penalty marker kind of late in the return, the marker at the 38, and Holcomb got to the 44-yard line. Let's see what this is.
Saxy, you know, their special teams unit, maybe they need to work on it a little bit more in practice. Now they've got a punt block, and all 3 of the kickoffs here have returned at least to the 40-yard line, and then they've had a botched field goal or an extra point.
Yeah, the blocking has been outstanding on these returns. That was a quick burst by Holcomb.
Illegal block in the back, number 39 on the receiving team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
So they'll start back at the 29-yard line, trailing 13-2 here late first quarter. Garland did win their district game last week with South Garland 44-37, so they're 1-1. Saxy, their district opener, they're now 1-0. 49-14 win over Lakeview. Here's a handoff, little misdirection handoff, and Sheldrick Davis is in jail with no card to get out.
Boy, you got to turn it upfield and go. You can't be dancing around out there like that. No. You're just going to lose yardage every time.
Yeah, you need quick hitters against this Saxy defense, and that was slow as you can get right there.
Look at that. He had some room. If he would have just hit it and get to the corner.
He got too cute with it and lost 6 yards back to the 23.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you at least get back to the line of scrimmage each time you run the ball, for sure.
I formation this time. Clemens the fullback. And Davis the tailback, and Davis will take it behind a block of Clemens, and he got a little bit out of that. 3-4 yards. Make it 4 to the 27. 3rd and long coming.
That's just a stout defensive front right there, and some big linebackers. And, you know, they can crowd the middle as well because they know that Garland is not a big passing team.
Some of the weights there, Bobby, 245, 235, 245, 250, 245. Some of those defensive linemen. Right now they're crowding the box with 8 people, 4 linebackers and 4 defensive linemen. Nowhere to run. Smith in trouble, couldn't find anybody open, but he runs out of trouble, has a chance to look downfield again, drops it off, incomplete. Davis almost caught it on a little bit of a wounded duck pass.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give credit to the quarterback right here because he does a great job of eluding the rush, and you look out where he's going to throw the ball, and there's not one receiver moving. They are standing still. Every one of them. They look like they ran out there, and then they just stopped when they thought the play was going to die, and they were all covered. He had nobody to throw to, and he knew he had to make a play.
Once your quarterback starts scrambling, the receivers are supposed to uncover and improvise. Here's a punt by Jose Moreno, and they're going to let it drop and roll. A pretty good little Garland roll as they flip the field here, and Saxy's going to be backed up to their 27-yard line. And that's going to be about a 44-yard punt. Good job there. Special teams have been good for Garland and not good for Saxy so far.
That's true.
1:34 first quarter. Saxy takes over with a 13-2 lead. A blocked punt that went out of the back of the end zone, gave Garland 2 points early, and then it's been all Saxy since with 2 long scoring drives. 2 receivers left and 1 right on 1st and 10. Christian Cole, the running back, to the right of Jalen Maiden. Maiden play action fake over the middle. Drew Jackson caught. Big yardage.
Goodness.
He may go. It's a foot race to the 20 of Garland, and he will go the distance. Touchdown, Drew Jackson. 73 yards. And once he caught it, it was a foot race, and Drew won it.
I mean, it was just a simple little nail route. And the safety, I'm not sure where he went. He just went straight across, over-pursued it. And, boy, once he found that crease, dude, it was just gone.
Bobby, they obviously knew something was going to be open. A lot of deep slant patterns, a lot of out passes, but some deep slants over the middle. They must like the fact that that middle is open.
There it is again.
Another fumbled snap. Forthman will throw. Almost caught by one of the big linemen in the end zone. Actually, the pass was there.
Yeah, that's what you got to call when that ball hits the ground. You start calling red, or whatever your code word is. And
that was Peyton Reyes, the kicker, who threw the ball into the end zone to Jack Forthman, who is also a kicker. I just found that out. Just realized that as they had Reyes in there as the kicker. And Forthman almost made that catch. It was not a perfect throw.
Yeah, well, it was a holder, and the holder has to pick it up. He's not a quarterback, but the ball was there. I mean, you gotta give some credit to him. He picks the ball up, takes off to the left, and I'm sure they talked about it in the last time that happened. Said, "Hey, I'm just going to toss it to." Oh yeah, that ball's right there, buddy.
So Saxy's place kicker has been Reyes, not Forthman. Forthman's the punter. I apologize if I think I've been saying it otherwise, but we saw there the two almost connected for 2 points. As I like to say in a game like this, Saxy's a heavy favorite. These little things that are going wrong just gives Red Barons more to emphasize in practice next week.
Oh, yeah.
Something to work on, Bobby, and those coaches love something to work on.
If you know that you're supposed to win, boy, look at there. They having fun in a fall night. That's great stuff right there on the sidelines. If you know you're gonna win, and you take the practice, you kind of say, all the kids know that they feel like they're going to win the game, but you still can't practice like that. You have to practice like you're going out there to play the state champions, because you usually will practice the way you play in the game. or you'll play in the game the way you practice. So you have to make sure that all week long, even doesn't matter who your opponent is, you have to get out there and you have to make practice perfect.
Reyes' kick was fumbled but recovered in time for Garland, and they'll have a 1st and 10 at their 18-yard line. Not good field position. They've had some nice kick returns, but not here, as Duncan did fall on it. Here come the Owls. Still plenty of time, 15 seconds on the play clock, as they have the play from the sideline. 1:18 left in this opening quarter. It's now 19-2 in favor of Saxy after a couple of botched PATs. Austin Clements, the lone back behind Trent Smith. Tight set otherwise. Smith's just going to take it around right in. Gets a couple of blocks. Tries to cut it up the sideline. Pretty nice gain. He ran over a defender. Drove him to his back, but hanging on for the tackle. Nice piece of tackling there by Chris Washington.
Yeah, I mean, that if you know you're going to run it, let's go ahead and run it. Get out there and let's just do it. And they were able to pick up some good yards on that play. You have 5 yards. You do that every play, you're going to do all right.
Tell you what, at the end of the quarter, Bobby, why don't we take a look at the first quarter stats? We'll have a couple of minutes there at the end of the first quarter, and that will be in about 40 seconds. Kind of give you an update on where we are statistically. Rides that fullback into the hole, and Clements is stacked up from the get-go. Breaks away, but then is still tackled after a 1-yard gain. The final tackle was made by Cedric Johnson.
Boy, that's sideline fun right there.
Got a yard out of it to the 24, 3rd and 4 for the Owls. And they do not have to run another play here in the first quarter, as we've got 14 on the game clock and 24 on the play clock. Let's see if they will just let this clock go. Yeah, they will. Bobby, how about a rundown of those first quarter stats?
Well, Saxy has 9 first downs. Garland has yet to get one. Total yards for Garland, 9. Saxy, 218.
Wow. 218 in one quarter.
In one quarter. And a passing, they have 162 yards in passing already. Now, a lot of those came from Maiden throwing those little hot passes, little stop passes, and they would turn them into 15 to 20 yards. But then that last one, 80-yard run, that's where they pile on some yards there. And complete, Maiden is 8 of 12. For 162 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's padding his stats pretty good.
8 out of 12 in the first quarter. 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. Wow.
56 yards rushing for Saxy. And that's just, that's it. We don't have any stats for Garland because they've only got 9 yards total.
Obviously, the game plan for Saxy was to throw the ball. Last week, they only threw it 11 times and only threw for 25 yards. You would think they'd just come out and pound the run, because Garland is not very good against the run. But the game plan was to throw the ball, and, Maiden's getting to pad his stats a little bit after last week.
Yeah, I mean, when your safeties are playing, 15 yards off of your slot receivers, I mean, you got to throw. That's where your play is. You got to throw that little stop route to them.
But also, they found that middle open
and
down deep.
They found the middle open.
And they've looked very good on their first couple of possessions. Garland, though, with the ball now, 1st and 10. Make it 3rd and 4, And Smith is thrown for a huge loss. And again, we've seen number 10, Bryce Robinson, several times already, and he gets another sack right there.
See what happens here. He kind of tries to hide it. I'm not exactly sure where the play was going. Everybody was going right.
Well, when your defense gets in there that quickly, I'm not sure Trent Smith knew where the play was going.
But even his guards and tackles, they were all pulling to the right. So they all went one direction, and he kind of went the other.
Garland's got to punt it away on 4th and very long. Standing at the 1-yard line is the punter. He gets it off. It's off the side, the right side of the foot, headed for the sideline. It's going to bounce back Garland's way and down at the 21-yard line, and that's going to be about a 5-yard punt. Not good. It's bad enough you're going to have trouble stopping Saxy, but you give them a short field to boot here with 11:13 left first half. It's 19-2. Saxy Mustangs with the lead. The 6th-ranked Mustangs, Bobby, they moved up a spot in that 6A state poll, and they're also still number 3 in the area.
Yeah, they get started on the 22-yard line now. Man, that's just not good for Garland right there.
Because
they can strike it so fast.
He's got Cole back there with him, a couple of receivers either way. Play action fake. He's hit as he throws, nailed in the back as he tried the quick stopper out to Miles Nash, who made the catch. Maiden may have felt that little hit in the back, though.
Yeah, Miles Nash does a little 5-yard out. He was just all by himself. If that ball would have been out in front of him, Nash probably would have taken it to the end zone.
Yeah, Maiden may have had to throw that a little quicker than he wanted to with the pressure coming. Quick out pass, Cromer gets a block. Oh, he tried to split the defenders and was tackled, but did get enough for the first down inside the 10-yard line.
I mean, they're so far off of that slot receiver. Look, there's just nobody in sight for 10 yards.
Bobby, that's not a cushion. That's a winter coat. I mean, that is a huge cushion.
Yeah, that's why he has to go ahead and throw that.
First and goal at the 7. Got to ride the fullback Cole. He's inside the 5, fighting for all he can get. He's down at the 3. Garland playing decent defense here and there, but wow, Saxy just comes at you in waves.
Yeah, big two-tech in the middle, man. He made a good stop right there.
Second and goal at the 3, same formation. Maiden barks the count, waits for the snap. Got it. Throw. Caught. Touchdown. Dean caught it at the 1, just turned and ran in for the 6. And it's now 25-2, Saxy.
Just a little 3-yard stop route.
Too much cushion.
Boom.
One more time.
Hits it.
You know, the defender slipped down, which was part of the problem there.
Yeah, but it was a good route. I mean, he drove him off, got his hips turned, and when your hips get turned to run with them and you put the brakes on, man, that's just a good route.
He still would have had position. It just would have been a little bit closer if Herrera hadn't slipped. The extra point is up and good.
That's their first one.
That is Peyton Reyes. Yeah, they're now 1 out of 4 on extra points. Yes, they've got things to work on next week in practice. Our new score, Saxy 26, Garland 2. 10:04 left second quarter. Back with more here on GRS TV. And we're back at Williams Stadium. Saxy all over Garland, 26-2. The Mustangs will kick off here early second quarter. And Reyes gets his right foot into it, drives the return man to the end zone. Bringing it out is Holcomb, and he won't even get to the 15.
Got flags flying everywhere.
Great coverage by Saxy. We'll see what the flag is all about. Good eyes from Bobby George there on the penalty marker. Boy, as if they weren't in bad enough shape inside the 15. It's getting ready to get worse, probably.
There's the return. Illegal block of the back, number 17. Half the distance. First down.
Bobby, I got a little, I guess I'll use it on the air. I don't know. Hate to sound negative about our 6th-ranked team in the state, the Sachse Mustangs, but I've got the record of the teams they played so far, their season records, and it would suggest Sachse has not played a very good schedule, even though they're 5-0.
Well, you know, you still have to beat those guys. You have to go out there, play, and win.
Combined record of their first 5 opponents is 7-21. Now, these are 3 teams in the non-district. 3 of the 4 in the non-district were better a year ago than they were this year. So when they scheduled it 2 years ago, it was pretty good scheduling. But right now, Byron Nelson 1-4, Plano West 0-5, Mesquite 1-5, Coppers Cove is 3-3. So again, that schedule looked a lot better last year than this year.
Yeah, you know, you still have to go out there and you have to play and you have to win. But you know, you don't have. It's hard to determine how good a team is if they haven't had a very tough schedule. And you wonder how it'll affect them when they get into the playoffs if they come up to a team that actually is a seriously good defensive team.
Like the Woodlands in week 2, who they lost to last year, and they probably would draw the Woodlands again this year.
That's right. So you play these teams that are super good, and you haven't had to play anybody really all year. It might hurt a little bit. Your feelings get hurt a little bit if you're not winning in the second half. And then you got to figure out how good you're going to be and overcome that.
Zach Gilson with a tackle of Austin Clements on that first down carry, or second down carry. It's 3rd and 2 for Garland. Angel Garcia, who started most of the year quarterback, is in there now, replacing Trent Smith. Garcia will hand off.
Oh,
That's
had
Clements.
the first.
Well, he's still fighting. He may get it after all, but I think he's a little bit short. He needed just beyond the 17-yard line. The mark is everything here. Garland's got to punt it away.
Well, they're giving the first down to him right there. They didn't even mark it.
Gave him a nice little forward progress.
Well,
I'm not
you
sure
got to
he
hit
got
the
that
hole
far,
right
Bobby.
here. Get in there. Just get the. You got to get in there and run low to the ground and get that first. You can't just stop and dance around.
He got a great mark out to the 17. Fresh set of downs. How many first downs for Garland? That might be their first of the night. Yep, number 1 for the Garland Owls. Remember, their points came on a safety out of Saxy punt formation. Handoff. Looked like Sheldrick Davis. Nope. That's a Devontae Duncan on the carry. And he gets nothing. No gain at the 17.
Yeah, just a straight handoff. But again, that defensive front right there, they're holding pretty strong.
That was Tim Cherry, number 26. 2nd and 10 coming. Maybe changing the play. Garcia talking to his lineman from behind as he's waiting in shotgun. Angel hands it another, just a simple dive handoff to Austin Clements. He squeezes out 3 to the 25 before he's down quickly.
That's good. Good. Just move the ball. Keep that clock rolling.
Cameron Flowers was one of the tacklers. Boom. You see big number 92 with a pretty good hit inside there.
Gain of 3 on the play. 3rd down.
There's Cameron. Big kid. I mentioned those weights earlier. He's 5'11", 245. Kind of built like a nose guard, although he's playing tackle here. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I got to coach him in Pee Wee football, and he played for.
Taught him everything he knows. Garcia's pass on the roll, no good.
I tell you, that kid, he is an awesome kid. Just been a real pleasure to coach and play. That's a good little guy right there, man. Of course, I knew him when he was only about 5'10", 110 pounds.
That
He's
kid,
put on some
you're
weight.
telling me that kid was 100? You mean at birth, right?
Yeah.
You kidding me? He was once 110 pounds?
In 5th grade, he was 120 pounds probably. And, man, I tell you, he was awesome then. He's awesome now.
Bobby, you're not even 110, are you? Here's a 4th. I wish I could say that. Here's a 4th and 7 punt. Caught
Beautiful punt.
over on the sideline. That was a beauty. Caught and then stepping out of bounds was Shiloh Sanders, Dion's boy. And yeah, I mean, that's a good, almost 40 yards there to the 43 as they almost flipped the field. Pretty good field position, though, for Saxy. Mustangs lead at 26-2, 6:45 left in our first half. Saxy with all 3 of their timeouts left. Garland with 2 left. The Owls again tonight struggling offensively. That's their biggest weakness, and they've only got 1 first down in this ball game.
They've got to figure out a way right here to stop that slot receiver from just getting that open catch.
You know, the Garland defense has not been just terrible all year. Their offense gives them no help. Christian Cole, just another little dive handoff over left guard, and he's out to the 46.
Boy, Latrey Harris gets a pancake block right there.
Yeah, we've got an injured Owl. He may have gotten the pancake, huh? As he is flat on his back like a pancake at the 44. Let's take a break. 6:32, second quarter. Saxy 26, Garland 2 on GRS TV. Injured player for Garland, Miguel Velasco.
Yeah, I just hope he just got a little breath knocked out of him or something.
He looks great, Bobby, and looks like he'd play right
When
now
you
if he
see
didn't
these
have to
big-
sit out a play.
Boom! You see these big guys just.
Yeah.
I mean, just
Almost holding, by the way,
Boom.
on that pancake.
Oh, those big guys are just moving full speed.
Latrey Harris, you've been mentioning him all night long.
Man, just a massive wall right there coming at you.
2nd and 7 Mustangs, Maiden with a play action quick out.
Oh, big
it's
block.
a block. Cromer.
Uh-oh,
had
now
his
he's
helmet
down. He's got to
taken
be
off.
down, right?
Does he stop? Yeah, they're blowing
Yeah.
it dead.
Yep,
If your
yep,
helmet
yep.
comes off, don't agree with the call. I mean, I agree with the call. I don't agree with the rule.
Well, they have to nowadays because somebody
Yeah,
will come
I
out
know,
at
I
him
know,
and
yeah,
tackle
yeah.
him hard with a helmet.
Didn't stop Jason Witten last
Well,
year
that's
when
the
he did
Jason
it.
Witten rule. That's why it came about.
Good point. Cowboys have made a lot of rules in the NFL. The Roy Williams rule, the Michael Irvin rule. How come every rule gets assigned to a Cowboy?
They got to slow the Cowboys down somehow.
First down at the 43 or 42 of Garland. Cole, he's tripped up, does fall forward with that wonderful body lean that I love so much. And the tackle made, the shoestring tackle there by, that was Ivan Gonzalez, the leading tackler on this Garland team. He is a small kid, but he makes all the tackles.
Over and over and
Caught,
over.
gets a block,
Oh,
touchdown,
my goodness. They're not
Saxy.
gonna call a holding on that?
Not yet, they haven't.
Oh, the ref was right there.
Drew Jackson.
Got to call a holding on that by the receiver.
Well, you know what? Let's see if we can get a replay. Here comes our GRS TV replay. There's your out pass. Now look for the hold, the Bobby hold.
I mean,
did we get blocked out here? There it is. Got leveled. Do you mean clipping, possibly?
well, no, it looked to me like it wasn't as brutal of a block. Like he didn't just get hit. It looked like he was on him and wouldn't let him go and finally threw him down.
The Peyton Reyes extra point kick is good. Timeout on the field. 5:50 left in our first half. Saxy well on their way to staying undefeated on the year as they lead Garland 33-2 on GRS TV. Boy, Bobby, do me a favor, check the stats. I have a feeling the average per play for Saxy is really high. You know, some of these drives have been really quick. They lead at 33-2, but they are putting up the yardage in a hurry tonight.
I mean, they can score quick.
Yeah, they're showing it. They had a couple of decent drives to begin the game, but since then, it's been almost a score per play.
Yeah,
Kickoff by Reyes.
17 yards per pass and 8 yards per rush. So they're having their way against this defense. And you know what we noticed right there on that last drive was Saxy was going into a hurry-up offense. Did you notice they were lining up real fast and running the play, and Garland wasn't even ready for it a couple of times. They were still in their defensive huddle.
Saxy, you know, in a game like this, they look at it as practice, I'm sure, and they want to run what they normally run, even though it's 33-2. Now, Red Barons will call off the Dogs sometime in the second half, and, you know, they won't be trying to run up the score, but right now they want to do what they normally do while it's still the first half, even though it's a one-sided game. Because, you know, right now you're not considered trying to run up the score in the first half. Fumble, just flat dropped it. And that looked like a new running back in there for Garland. We'll check it. Now that's Jaron Holcomb. It might be his first carry, but he's one of their top backs. Holcomb did fall on it just barely at the 22. That'll be a loss of 3.
Might be his first rushing attempt.
Well, I can tell you that in just a second. No, he had 13 for 58 coming in, but he's not one of the top 3 or 4 on the season. Now tonight, did you mean tonight?
Yeah,
absolutely.
tonight, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to try and make you look bad there. I thought you meant for the season, Bobby. It is hard to make you look bad, by the way. That's a compliment.
That was Maiden there Well, they're having a good night.
Deep handoff again to Holcomb, and very little running room. He did get most of it back, though. And it's going to be 3rd and about, a long 11. Again, the 3rd down needs for Garland have been huge. They are just not getting it done on 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah, they're not averaging, but maybe a yard per play. They're having a tough time at it. They're now at 21 yards for the game.
If they don't get a 1st down here, they're going to have to punt it again, and Saxy's going to have a chance to put more points on the board. We've still got 4:22 and counting here in the 2nd quarter. Garcia still in there, quarterback in shotgun. Fake handoff, he'll keep it. Pretty decent game, but it's going to be short of the 1st down at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like a busted play, actually, that actually turned into something.
Yeah, they might want to run a few more busted plays.
Get everybody going in different directions.
Yeah, 4th and 8. I think it kind of looked planned. I want to give Garland some credit there.
Makes the defense not know where the ball is.
It was just a one man that he faked the ball to. That's where the bust would have occurred. 4th and 8. They're going to have to punt this away, but they're going to run that play clock down and try and hurt Saxy's chances of getting more here before halftime. They're going to have plenty of time with all 3 of their timeouts to boot.
Looks like they're going to call a timeout, I guess, because nobody's ready for the play.
Yeah, that's a good point. Might as well, and they do right before the zeros hit the play clock. We'll take 1, 2, 3:28 left first half. Saxy 33, Garland 2 on GRS TV. Scott Powell, Bobby George back with you. We're glad you're with us. We got more games coming this upcoming weekend on October the 19th, Thursday, Garland and Lakeview Centennial. And then on Friday, we've got, Rowlett and South Garland on October the 20th. Games coming up here on GRS TV. Here's a punt on 4th down. Another decent punt. Back to the 42 of Saxy. Sanders on the return. Cannot get away, though, from the first wave. It'll be down right at midfield. Nice open field tackle right there by Dion Walls. You know, he kind of had the moves like his father, the real nimble feet there, but he just could not get away from the open field tackle.
Yeah, just quick feet. Well, there was some good blocks right there. I mean, there was some blindsided hits that kind of give him some room to run, but Garland was able to collapse on it pretty quick and stop him. But boy, that punting, man, that every time there's either a flag on the punt, or there's a penalty, or there's somebody getting really hit hard from a blind spot, and boy, those punts are just dangerous.
Cameron Cromer almost came up with that pass over the middle. It was a little bit short, skipped into him for an incompletion.
He had a lot of time, didn't he? He had time to throw it.
He had 2 receivers open. Trent Dean could have easily have caught it and let Cromer have it.
I think the pass was actually going to Dean.
In fact, it would have hit Dean right in the chest. Cromer had to go to the ground. Yeah, Dean should have just taken charge. Kind of like a right fielder instead of a center fielder in baseball.
They didn't know who to throw, who to
Cole,
catch it.
Big opening. Just looking for running room. Bounces off of one. Bounces off another. Looks like a pinball.
He's in.
Christian Cole will score the Saxy touchdown.
Oh, nobody wanted any part of that.
Pinball in a pinball machine, just bouncing off of tacklers.
Yeah, 6 foot, 185 pounds. I mean, he said, "Oh, no, I don't really want to tackle you too bad. Just try to put a helmet on it." Nah. Ooh,
look at
stiff arm.
Delivering blows.
Woo!
Wow. You know, it was a different run for Christian Cole. Very upright that time. Usually he has that lean, that body lean when he's in trouble. But when he gets in the open field, he can stand up straight and just deliver blows.
Yeah, and use his arms. He was able to use his arms to shield people off of him. So they couldn't get to his body.
It shows he can be effective in the open field as well between the tackles. He's really good between the tackles. He would make a great fullback, just a dive fullback, which he basically is when you think about it. Anyway, the extra point by Reyes is good. We got another timeout on the field. It's now Saxy 40 and Garland 2. 2:55 fourth quarter. Back with more on GRS TV. Bobby and I were really enjoying during the timeout, the cheerleaders and some of the cheer folks for Saxy were out on the field, and the cheerleaders were carrying cardboard cutouts of the faces of some of the Mustangs.
Some big pictures of just the head of like Jalen Maiden and a bunch of the guys that are out there on the team. It was pretty funny. Yeah, and if you look out at the crowd, there they are.
There they are. Good job.
Pretty funny right
folks.
there. Look at that.
That is great.
Oh, and all the cheerleaders were running around with those out there.
I was just going to cue our camera folks, see if you can get a shot of that, and great job of jumping all over that, guys.
When you look out there, the Saxy's sideline, I mean, it is packed. You don't really see.
For a Thursday night, too.
Yeah, on a
That's
Thursday
the amazing
night,
part.
You come out here to
Oh, my
Williams.
gosh, Bobby, on a Thursday, this might be the largest Thursday crowd I've ever seen at this stadium.
Really, Williams Stadium holds a lot of people.
Folks, usually a good crowd on a Thursday night would be half this much. And this this looks like a Friday night against Rowlett.
I mean
this is humongous.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
And remember, the band and drill teams are out getting ready for the halftime, so most of this is people that we're looking at right now. That is amazing for a Thursday night. Friday night, I wouldn't have even blinked.
Yeah, Saxy really brings a crowd when they go play. They have a big following. A lot of the student section comes out, and then a lot of the parents, really participate and come out and watch.
There's some more of the cutouts again, Bobby. Which one's Jalen Maiden? And who's that in front there? Well, maybe more of that later. Here's a handoff on 2nd and 10 for Garland in jail, and dropped for a big loss was Devontae Duncan. Got a penalty marker, but it's going to be against Garland. I think procedure. I wasn't sure what Nat Maxon said, but it's a legal shift, it looks like.
During the play, illegal motion before the snap. That penalty declined.
Bobby, there's a penalty sign that we don't see anymore. You used to see it a lot in the old days, the illegal motion. You rarely see that penalty anymore. They've got other words for it, basically.
Yeah, they kind of call procedure.
Yeah, they
or
lump everything
like
into procedure now, and he actually told you exactly what happened.
Well, big number 91, Zach Gilson, was in there on that tackle, and I was
looking
at
his
his
size,
stats.
Bobby,
6'5", 230 pounds.
That's weekend play material there.
Man.
And they can beef him up, too. Get him even bigger than that.
Woo,
Duncan again,
boy.
and another loss. This one a shorter loss of a couple, but boy, they just cannot get to the boundary against this Saxy pursuit. And how about number 91 one more time? He's been in on a lot of plays tonight, Gilson. Watch the replay here. Now watch the defensive line shoot Gilson, hit him in the backfield, spun him around,
Just
and they got a little bit of help.
So fast.
I mean, he was almost there right after even with the back, right after he took the hand up. And the clock is running. We're down to 1:10. They're going to let this play clock run down, and
probably call another timeout there
because
before the.
They're going to have to punt it away, Bobby. So again, they're trying to leave Saxy as little time as possible. We didn't mention the weather. Obviously, it's a nice evening, but a little bit of a wind. And this is not. I get the feeling this is not a true north-south field, more like a just barely east. Because even when the wind is out of the south here, it always kind of almost blows across from the northeast from the southeast to the northwest, as it is tonight.
Yeah, but boy, I mean, the weather has kind of changed. It was really hot, and it's just kind of cooled down, and now it's not cold and it's not hot. It's just a perfect weather for some football, and You can see out there all the fans are out there having a good time, and nobody's hot and they're not cold. It's just perfect
now
out
if
there.
we could only get the temperature in the press box on par tonight. A little bit warmer up here than it normally is. We get the feeling the Freon might be a little low in the press box tonight, but we're not exactly going to pass out anytime soon. It's not that bad.
No, I might.
Well, we got a halftime break coming up here. 56 seconds, by the way. The clock stopped, and Garland will have to punt it for, I believe, the 5th time tonight, at least 4 punts to this point. And, boy, they're expecting a good little return here as Sanders is waiting at the Garland 43-yard line in single safety. It's a high kick, but end over end toward the near sideline.
Oh, good
Gets
punt.
a good roll. Yeah, he got about a 10-yard roll. It hit inside the 50 and goes to the other side of the 50 at the 48.
Yeah, and Garland's special teams have done an awesome job tonight. And even on that punt, the ball was in the air a long time, but the defenders got off the line of scrimmage and got down the field and just covered Sanders up so that he couldn't have a chance to return the punt. So they're doing a great job on all their special teams across the board.
Here comes Saxy. Let's see if they'll go for more here with 45 seconds. They do have 3 timeouts, or whether Red Barons will just take a knee.
Looks like that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, the body English says knee. They're in kind of the victory formation here, aren't they? Yeah. Maiden will take a knee. Nice. If this was a 10-2 game instead of 40-2, Saxy would be trying to score here.
Absolutely.
I like the sportsmanship here from Red Barons. And they do not even have to snap it again. There's a 5-second difference, 30 and 38. So that should be the final play of the first half. Jalen Maiden will trot toward the locker room. And we'll trot out of here for halftime, and we'll be back shortly with the start of the second half. When we do that, before we start the second half, Bobby will give you a rundown of those first half numbers. The numbers that are important right now, though, are the ones on the scoreboard. Saxy 40, Garland 2. It's time for halftime. Back with the second half shortly here on GRS TV. Scott Powell, Bobby George back at Williams Stadium. We're about ready to start the second half, 40-2 Saxy over Garland. And we're going to have some highlights of the first half here any moment. Then Bobby's going to run down the first half stats as we start the second half. Here come the Owls out on the field, and then the Mustangs follow. The Garland band.
Well, they came out strong. Garland did. They
here.
took the lead right off the bat.
Devontae Duncan blocks the punt on the first possession of the game. Jack Fortman, the punter, kicked it out of the end zone as well as tackling the Duncan. Play from scrimmage here. That's Miles Nash with the long touchdown run. Beautiful diving catch by Trent Dean.
Man, that right there is just exciting. Boy, that's a great play.
Look at the speed. This was 73 yards by Drew Jackson on a deep one over the middle. They really took advantage of the middle of that Garland secondary. Just a quick little short touchdown pass to Dean again, his second of the night. And Drew Jackson with his second of the night as he avoided a tackler on the sideline.
Jackson started out a little slow, but boy, he turned it on afterwards, didn't he?
Wait till we give you those stats. There's Maiden and Jackson right there on the sideline, and there goes Christian Cole. He had another big
that
first
was a
half.
dominant run right there, just running people over.
A big half by Cole. That becomes monotonous almost. Here's the kickoff. Garland will return it. And then Bobby will start those first half numbers for us, and they are impressive.
It's crazy because Garland only had 1 first down the entire first half and only 20 yards total, and they were all on rushing. So, and it took lot of different players to even get that. I mean, you had Montana Miller, six attempts for 16 yards, and Austin Clemens, 2 attempts for 3 yards. Sheldrick Davis, 3 attempts, 2 yards. So they took a lot of players just to get that 20 yards. And then on the other side of it, wow, the Mustangs, 13 first downs, 348 yards in the first half. And that's like a total game stats.
Maiden's numbers, for instance, that sounds like a ball game.
Yeah, it sure does. I mean, he's 13 of 18. The efficiency is awesome, 72%, 228 yards, 5 touchdowns, and again, no interceptions for Maiden. Christian Cole's leading it with the running. He's 9 attempts, 120 yards.
That's about his average per carry on the season.
13 yards an attempt and a touchdown himself. And then on the receiving end, we saw Drew Jackson, 4 receptions, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. Miles Nash, 2 receptions, 38 yards and a touchdown. Cameron Cromer, 3 receptions, 29 yards. Trent Dean, those 2 awesome catches for 2 touchdowns. So it's been a one-sided story here.
2nd and 9 Garland as Clemens got a yard on the first carry of the half. A quick out pass incomplete as that is Angel Garcia, and their quarterback. He tried to hit Ethan Casey but led him too much. 3rd and 9 coming for the Owls. Just trying to piece together any offense they can. Only 1 first down in that first half. They're going to have to punt it away if then it'll get 9 here. 40-2.
Well, they just don't. Saxy doesn't believe that they're going to be able to complete a pass on them, so they're able to stack the box and just really crowd that line of scrimmage.
Penalty marker kills the play before it got started, and here's the referee, Nat Maxon.
Number 47 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd.
Yeah, I was going to say Saxy could decline it, but even though the pass is incomplete, the whistle sounded as the play started, so they're going to have to run a 3rd down play, and it's going to be 3rd down and 14. There's Danny Russell on the sideline, the Garland head coach. Devontae Duncan carries. Tried to turn the corner right in, and he was drugged down from behind as he hit the side by Chase Davis.
Yeah, it's big Chase Davis again.
Chase chases him down for a short gain. 4th down coming.
Yeah, he used to play for the Schrady Falcons Pee-wee team.
Look at that. I mean, that's how you play.
Woo! Look at him.
There.
That's because we did a lot of Oklahoma drills when I coached it, man. It was Oklahoma drill every day.
These kids look like they were coached by Bobby George, obviously. 4th down and long. Punt formation.
Beautiful punt.
Mini punt. He's had a lot of practice, unfortunately. Jose
He's
Moreno
going to get the corner here. Good
Shiloh
job.
Sanders gets away. Tried to reverse field, but he'll still just run it for his life. Losing yards as he goes.
Lost about 8.
Looked like his father in a way there as he was finally down at the 40-yard line.
Again, Garland special teams have been magnificent tonight. I mean,
they really
have done a great job. They contained him right there. As much as he wanted to juke around, they were all around him and he had nowhere to go except backwards.
So the Mustangs, their first possession of the second half. Jalen Maiden leads them out. He will start the second half, although expect to see the reserves as we go along here in the second half. Christian Cole starts the second half to his left at tailback. Maiden just wants to throw, plenty of time.
Oh, I thought that was going to go the other direction right there.
Tried to hit Cameron Cromer, incomplete though.
Boy, he has so much time to sit back there and throw the ball. And that sailed on him just a little.
He just took the snap and stood there. He didn't even drop, Bobby.
No.
He was close to the line of scrimmage and still had all day.
Just 5-yard out, too, and it just kind of sailed on him, and the corner was right there. I mean, he really could have got it. Look, he
could serve lunch back there in the pocket as he drops it off short. I think he wanted to go deep left and just went to his safety valve, who is Chase Cromer, and Cromer caught it, went right to the ground.
Boy, he really had the middle of the field wide open. He went through his first read, and then his second read was the out pattern here to Cromer.
You've got to measure this. I mean, it's right, a first down. They were going to go on without giving them the first down at first, but Nat Maxon said first down Mustangs.
First down.
Needed right on the 50, and they are right on the 50.
You got to give a lot of credit to that offensive line. I mean, they've just really give him a lot of time to throw the ball. And, you know, he's a big guy anyway. He's 6'3", 215 pounds, so he can see over those big linemen.
Christian Cole on his first carry of the half. Runs into that tackling machine, little Evan Gonzalez. I always mention his weight, folks. This is the leading tackler for the Garland Owls. He's at 5'7", 150 pounds, a senior, and he makes most of the tackles.
Boy, I tell you, he's aggressive and loves to play the game. That's all there is to it.
Quick out pass caught.
Oh,
breaking
boy.
tackles
Oh,
down
boy.
the sideline. Wow. Rose almost went the distance. He did get plenty for the first down to the 22-yard line.
He's just so big. He's 6'2", 175 pounds. He's just a big guy, and you really got to get on him and wrap up, or he's going to break those tackles.
Saxy in the hurry-up
Oh,
offense.
boy.
Quick out.
There he
Chase
goes.
Cromer catches it and almost got 10 yards. He'll come up too short at the 14.
Boy, those just all day long.
Again, the cushion is huge. It has been all night by the Garland secondary.
But they spread you out. I mean, look at number 9 now, Drew Jackson. There he is, wide open.
Quick out pass. Jackson catches it, gets a first down, and is finally tackled. Guess who?
25.
Evan Gonzalez one more time at the 8-yard line. Boy, pound for pound, he might be the best player on the field.
Yeah, he's
There's just
very
not a lot
aggressive.
of poundage available.
Well, he knows how to tackle. He gets around your legs.
Yeah, they're all one-on-one tackles.
Just over and over, the same play over and over.
Cameron Cromer catches it and waltzes in. Does avoid a couple of tacklers as he scores on the 8-yard pass from Jalen Maiden, and it's 46-2.
I mean, that's what makes Maiden so good, is that he just takes what is available. He doesn't try to get fancy. He just says, oh, you're going to give me this? Okay, I'm going to throw it until you stop it. And then when they try to stop that, then they'll start running it up the middle again.
And here comes another PA try from Peyton Reyes, senior kicker, and it's definitely deep enough and good.
Well, they seem like they fixed that now. They've put up some those little point extra attempts. They've been able to hit those the last 3 times after they had a lot of struggle at the first part of the game.
Timeout on the field, 8:29 left in our third quarter. It's now Saxy 47 and Garland 2 on GRS TV. You see part of the crowd, Saxy, with a huge Thursday night crowd here at Williams Stadium. There's the bench where Cameron Cromer resides right after his touchdown, number 17.
Uh-oh.
Fumbled kick.
Oh, no, this is going the other way. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Wow. That never happens.
Braylon Brooks. Well, we've got an injured Owl back at the 27. What's going on here? Are they going to count this? Did they kill it dead?
Why would they have killed it dead? I don't understand what happened.
The guy just simply fumbled the kick. He wasn't even hit. He was hit later maybe, but not within 2 seconds of fumbling the kick. Ball's picked up and returned.
Yeah.
How can you not count this as 6 points?
What happened?
I don't see any penalty markers. Maybe they did. Now they're going to give him a first down. Are you allowed to return that kind of fumbled kick? If you are, they blew it.
Why would you not be?
That's
not
my
sure.
point. Yeah, it's going to be a first down at the 30. And
anytime the ball just bounces off of your shoulder pads forward.
I guess you could call it a muff or some of the terminology they use. I guess I take it they're getting it right. I'm just a little shocked like you are. That this is the actual rule, that you can't return that.
I don't.
But they're going to give it to him at the 30 and take away the touchdown. Don't you know the person who's really upset would be Braylon Brooks?
Boom, it just goes right into his hands.
Yeah, it's just fumbled right in the middle of the field there. I mean, it's on the field, the playing surface. It's not in the end zone. It's not out of bounds.
I
don't get
what
it.
That call is.
You know what? We'll investigate before our next game, though. Braylon Brooks had one taken away from him there. Braylon's the one that wanted it badly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any coaches yelling about it, so I
guess they got it right, Bobby. Meantime, Duncan is still down here for the Garland. Let's take a break. 8:23, third quarter, back in a moment. See how Devontae's doing when we come back. 47-2 Saxy on GRS TV. That is Devontae Duncan still on his back and being looked at by several of the trainers.
Yeah, you never want to see any injuries out here at all. It's a fun game, but boy, it is a violent game. You know, his mom and dad and family, they're just want to know what's happening the whole time. It's scary.
You know, the good news is they've got him on his feet. He's going to walk a little bit to the cart. That's good news. It doesn't look like it's anything just real serious, and that's great news. Here's the replay, Bobby.
Yeah, he takes a hit, and then he actually flies over and hits another player. Probably give him a little whiplash there.
Believe me, it's not that it's not something bad, but a lot of times when a guy stays down that long, sometimes they're strapping him up and getting him into an ambulance. So this is almost good news that it wasn't more serious than it was.
Yeah, it might be a concussion or something. You never know. Those are very serious things there. And
1st and 10 Mustangs.
Just wish the man best of luck.
Another good field position situation at the Garland 30, already leading 47-2, I should say. Saxy is. Cole up the middle, just dragging a tackler all the way inside the 20. How much you want to bet it was Evan Gonzalez as I look down? No, it wasn't for once. It was somebody different, and by the name of Eduardo Contreras.
Well, if you could have seen Latrell Harris again just driving his guy about 15 yards downfield. I mean, what a night he's having.
Jackson with another catch on the quick out, and he fights his way enough for the first down to the 7-yard line. Boy, they've just been running those same plays, those quick out passes all night long.
Saxy putting it right on the money, too.
Saxy, I mean, it's bread and butter, the Mustangs, but, man, the cushion they're giving them on the sidelines is just huge. Maiden takes another snap. He'll ride Cole around right in. Got a block. Cuts it up. Fighting for the goal line.
I think he's short.
Tried to stretch it out and came up a yard short. Although I think he got the ball closer to the goal line than where they're going to put it down, but good effort there by Cole. Maybe his knee went down a little earlier than I thought.
Right there. They're just not wrapping up. You see these guys, they're just kind of lowering their head, and that's dangerous for one thing, and then they're just trying to hit people with their shoulder pads and not even wrap up. So it's going to be hard to tackle him if you're not going to wrap up.
And Cole gets the touchdown run, just a wide open handoff over right guard.
It
and
looks
it's
wide open
too.
because you have big 65 in there. Watch the hole that he generates right here. I mean, everybody's on the ground because they all got just that big offensive line of Saxy just really manhandled it right there.
Is wedged the word you were looking for, maybe? Whew. Is this a different kicker? It might be Forthman. 34 is in there kicking. That's a different kicker, Bobby, and that is Addison Perez, according to our roster, getting a chance to kick the extra point. Number 34, Addison Perez. Timeout on the field, 7:13 left in the third quarter. Saxy 54, Garland 2 on GRS TV. Saxy with a short scoring drive after the fumbled kickoff by Garland. They only had to go 30 yards for 6. 54-2 as they'll kick off.
Boy, they did it, though. I mean, they just do what they do best. Toss it out there to the flats, let their guys get 10 to 12 yards, and then if you move your safeties over there to cover them, then they'll run it right up the middle on you. Get the ball!
Short kick. Boy, they're lucky it ended up out of bounds where Holcomb tried to field it, but it was out of bounds. I think
he throws a flag there.
I think he touched it out of bounds, Bobby. It looks like a good call.
He touched it out of bounds.
In other words, that's why the penalty marker's there. You're thinking he fumbled it out. I think he didn't touch it till it was out of bounds. That's
what
why
would
there's
the flag be for?
For kicking it out of bounds.
Oh, you're saying that he kicked it out of bounds.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so. I didn't see anything else. That he just threw the flag right there. So
yeah,
that's probably exactly what it is. Boy, he waited for that ball so long. I thought it was Saxy was going to actually get the ball.
They'll take it at the 26-yard line.
Illegal kick out of bounds.
Yep.
5 yards from the out of bounds spot, putting the ball at the 26-yard line. First down.
Angel Garcia will be the quarterback.
I thought they actually put that ball out on the 35 when that happens.
Here it is. We'll see if he touched it inbounds or out of bounds.
Oh, it was not. That was an inbounds kick.
Looked like Saxy may have knocked it out though. That was close.
Yeah, but that shouldn't have been a penalty. It should have been just a ball that got knocked out of bounds. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Legal to do that.
Looked like they got it wrong, but that's all right. First down carry out to the 37 for the Owls.
I like to do the counting, not the actual push-up.
Yeah, you sit there and count it off while others push it up.
That's what I'm good at. I like telling them to get busy.
But can you count to 54? That's the next question.
Yeah, these guys are going to be sore if they got to do push-ups for 54 of them.
Faked a handoff on the option down the line, and Garcia pitched it, and this is going to be a loss of 1. Good job of covering the option pitch to Jaron Holcomb. Boy, there's just not much working tonight for Garland offensively. They had 1 first down last time we checked.
Yeah, that big defensive line, they've just been able to, get off the blocks, and then the linebackers fill in and get them. Once that, Jack Forthman out there, 6'3", 210 defensive lineman. He's a junior, but he's out there on that right defensive end, and they've been not able to get around him all night long.
You need to be able to throw the ball against this Saxy team, and they only average 8 passes a game. Garland does, so they don't like to throw it. And here's another option give to the fullback, and he got a yard to the 39. No, actually, Garcia kept it, as you can see on the option, but only got a yard out of it, and we've got a 3rd and 9 coming.
Yeah, I think I'd just keep feeding that ball to big number 2 because, he's a big guy, 5'8", 235 pounds. He can carry the ball. He can take that.
In other words, it's hard to stop him for a loss.
Yeah, just drive it right up the middle on these guys.
Garcia is going to roll, look to throw, fires incomplete. That was a pretty decent pass off the hands of the intended receiver over there on the side. It would have been close to the first down, but not making the catch. It was Ethan Casey.
His coverage was good.
Another punt coming. Boy, how many punts tonight for Garland? Can you look that up? I bet this is number 6 or 7. It has been a busy night for number 82, the punter, Jose Moreno.
He's been doing a good job of punting as well.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of practice, unfortunately. See if they got an average on there. If not, I'll do the average myself.
I mean, look
Here's
at his
another
punts.
good one, although it's a line drive, returnable. Here comes Sanders. Got a hole. He's got
a line, too.
He's to midfield. Cuts it back. Gets a block. He's down the sideline. Looked like he stepped out. Yeah, they're going to say he stepped out around the 30-yard line. Looked like Dion, though, going all the way. The father, Dion, but he stepped out at the 32. Boy, did that look like the senior. That looked like Deion Sanders in a lot of ways. You notice in the beginning how he shuffled his feet. Watch him in the very beginning here, folks. That is classic Deion Sanders. Pumping the ball like that, well, he starts to get in his body going.
He got some good blocking too, man. Just one right after the other.
So from the 32, here come the Mustangs. Clock, no running clock yet. It is stopped at 4:56 third quarter, 54-2, Saxy. And we don't have a quarterback on the field, and they're yelling for a quarterback. Jalen Maiden forgot to go out there, Bobby, and here he comes.
I think he was thinking that they were going to bring in the next group.
I guess he thought the second team was going to play.
Yeah.
Christian Cole jumps over a defender, and he's into the secondary inside the 20. That'll be a first down and a quick 13 for Christian.
I mean, if you're going to bring in another group of guys, it would be the best time to do it now. I mean, 4.5 minutes left of the third quarter, and you're up 54-2, and Garland's not even gotten but one first down the entire game. I mean, it's time for you to bring in somebody. You don't want any of your players to just get hurt out there for some reason.
Cole busts off one time.
Oh,
it's a block.
huge
He's
block.
to the sideline inside the 10. He'll score.
Oh, man,
or
what a
did
block.
he step out? No, it is a touchdown. As the headline's been signals touchdown Saxy.
Boy, Trent Green just comes over there and just blindsides the corner.
Boy, the block is what cleared the sideline. Watch it, folks. First of all, he breaks the two here.
Breaks
The
two
nice
tackles
stiff arm.
there, yeah.
Now watch for there's your clearing block. What a clear that was. Now, did he step out or did he get in? And
he's
he
in all the
definitely
way.
got in. We had to wait for the official signal, and that's a quick 6, and here comes another PAT. Second try of the night for Addison Perez, and it's a little bit right, but let's see if it made it. Yes, inside the right upright. 4:20 left in our third quarter. New score 61-2. Saxy over Garland on GRS TV. (61-2) in favor of Saxy High School. In their dark blue uniforms, they're about to kick off.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of resistance to their offense. They're scoring every 3 plays that they're on offense now.
Yeah, the first 2 possessions, it took them a little while to go the length of the field, but not since then, not since midway first quarter. Same kick, caught at the 15. Every kickoff's been about the same tonight. And another pretty good return, as Garland's been good at that tonight. Jaron Holcomb out to the 38 or so.
Stopped by 22, Carter.
Yeah, just a great return. Really, they've been able to do it all night long. The hustle is there. They are not giving up. They've just little outmanned tonight. Hopefully you'll see a lot of different players for Saxy coming in the game. I still see all of their same starters out there on defense. It doesn't look like any of the starters have come off the field. But you would think at this point in the game you give some of these other guys a chance to play. I mean, they're out there practicing hard just like everybody else. And when you're up like this, you might as well give some of these guys a chance to play.
It's a little bit of a mix, Bobby. There are 2 new inside linebackers in there. Johnson and, their top 2 tacklers are out of the game. Johnson and I can't think of the other one right now. But, yeah, there's still some first-teamers out there, absolutely, especially in the secondary.
I mean, you've got some of these guys over here on the bench for Saxy that could start for most of the teams in Garland. So, let them get out there and get some experience, because what you don't want to happen is somebody gets hurt and then you have to put a player in that hadn't got any playing time all year, even when you could have played him and get him some experience.
Justin Bennett's one of those 2 new inside linebackers. It's a beautiful flying tackle for a loss. Boy, what a great play. Hopefully we have a review of this. Isaiah Humphreys just came flying through the air and made the tackle.
How fast. He comes from the safety position and reads the play so quickly. He's able to get through there like a bullet. Again, don't get him hurt. Let somebody play.
Yeah, Humphreys definitely one of the original starters, as is Chris Washington. in that secondary. 3rd down 7, Garland. Garcia wants to throw. Has a little time. Rolls over to the right, throws an interception.
Humphreys
just threw it right into the waiting hands of Isaiah Humphreys, the all-time interception leader for a career at Sachse High School, and he's got himself another one.
He's so quick. I mean, he's playing safety and reads this and shoots over there like a dart and undercuts that.
You know, it was a hard pass, too. It took 2 good hands to pick that one off.
He picks it off and then drags his feet so he stays in bounds.
All right, let's see who takes the field for the Sachse offense. Here comes Beltran. They have emptied the bench pretty much. Torrey Washington, one of the backup running backs, will be in there. KJ Williams is a backup at the slot, so they brought in the second team now. That'll do it for the first team offense, should be for the most part. Beltran hands it off. Washington, huge hole, nothing changes. Washington, a couple of broken tackles. One man to beat. He won't beat him, but he gets all the way to the 15-yard line for a quick 35 yards. Boy, the holes are just the same with the second team.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. That's why you say go ahead and let these guys get some playing time. They work hard in practice, and this is the time they get to play, and they're still, you know, as good or could start for any other team. So
Torrey Washington,
let them work.
Bobby Torrey came in averaging 10.3 a carry on the season as a backup.
And
Matthew Carter, who we haven't even seen, has averaged 6.5 a carry this year.
And this line is stout and strong as well. Get them some experience in here.
Beltran, I'd like to see him throw maybe once, although you don't like to do much of that when you're up this big. Another handoff to Washington. Pretty good defensive play here. Just a short gain up the middle. Tried to cut it outside and couldn't get outside, mainly because he was cut down by Johnny Powers of Garland.
Boy, you see big number 77 in there on the line, Stephen Clardy.
Don't you
He's
know?
big, man, 6'3", 225. He's a senior.
Don't you know it's a tough situation for the backup quarterback? He's happy to be in there, don't get me wrong, but he probably would love to throw some passes, but you try and, you know, not throw too many passes when you're up 61-2. Besides that, they can run it so well.
Yeah, you just run the ball.
Yeah, but he would love to throw it, don't you know, as a backup quarterback. Torrey Washington, another good gain of, he got about 8. It's going to be 3rd and short, needing about 2 at the 7.
I just love seeing these guys get in there and work. Look at that hole that they're putting in there. 77. Clardy got him a little pancake right there. Let these guys get in there and see what they can do. And boy, it's fun. They all feel like they're part of the team when they get in there and actually participate in some of these things. You know?
We're under 1 minute left here in the third. Saxy just burning as much clock as they can. We got 14-13 on the play clock. They need the 5-yard line on 3rd down. Beltran in shotgun. Just going to keep it, cuts it up the middle. That'll get him a first down, maybe 6. Yeah, Beltran, Anthony Beltran with a Saxy touchdown. Woo! Good to see the backup QB get a little scoring play there. Beltran, he had just 1 carry for 6 yards on the season. He's played a lot, but he's handed it off a lot in reserve roles, you know, when the score has been big.
Yeah.
Anthony's 4 out of 5 throwing the ball for 47 yards. Here comes another try on the PAT. Perez, nope. Going to have to run with this.
Sneak it in. No. Good job right there by the special teams.
Which have been good all night for the most part, except for a couple of mistakes. Saxy comes up short, but not on the scoreboard. 39 seconds left. As you see Anthony Beltran on the sideline. 39 seconds left in our third quarter. 67-2. Saxy over Garland here on GRS TV. Saxy puts the second team in, and nothing changes. Touchdown drive to make it 67-2. And now the Stangs kick off. Same kind of kick, 15 to 20 yard line on this near side and returned by Holcomb. Almost every kick has gone to the same spot on the field tonight, and they've had a bunch of them.
You think that one of them seems like they're gonna break it, though. I mean, it's like it's so close for them to make one guy miss and be down the sideline.
Now think about it. We've had, what, 7 touchdowns by Saxy approximately, plus 1 or 2 more kickoffs. That's the 9th or 10th kickoff of the night for Saxy. Garland comes out with a 1st and 10 at their 33, 35 seconds left in the third quarter. No running clock yet. Looks like the same starting lineup offensively. Oh, we have a new quarterback. Everybody else looks the same, but we got us a new QB. Number 9, a little trouble there, but it's picked up in the backfield and not turned over. Clemens will be dropped for a loss, but they're lucky to have the football. And that quarterback is Jacob Herrera. Let me double check that first name. Well, I'm glad he's on my depth chart because he's not on my roster. It looks like Jacob Herrera. Not on the roster. Thank goodness I've got him written down somewhere else. Don't even see him. He's probably a JV or freshman quarterback.
Yeah, must be, because we don't have him on here.
Because they've used 2 quarterbacks already tonight. That's going to do it for the third quarter. Come back for the fourth quarter in a moment. All Saxy, 6th ranked in the state, and leading 67-2 over Garland on GRS TV. Well, we got 12 minutes to go. Saxy already with 67 points through 3 quarters. Garland led in this game, believe it or not, 2-0 on a safety.
Yeah, right there for about 3 minutes of the first.
Who would have thought that? Herrera, little option keeper, he is in trouble from the get-go. They gave him a very nice forward progress to the 27. And then drove him back. Why don't we run down some Saxy first team like Maiden and some of those final numbers on Cole and Maiden. Do we have that? Because you figure they're not going to play again, and we can kind of tell you what they did for the evening. Maiden and Cole and the receivers, those 2 receivers. And how many first downs does Garland have? Is it still 1, Bobby?
Yeah, it's just 1. Well, no, they've got 2 first downs now.
Okay, they've doubled it. Here's a carry, pretty decent gain, by the way. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage at the 32 was Clemens.
They only have 34 total yards.
I wonder what the record is for fewest first downs in a game. 2's got to be close. I wonder if anybody's ever had no first downs in a game.
Saxy's at 519 yards, total yards, 226 on the ground, and 293 in the air.
Pretty
6
good
touchdowns.
balance, huh?
Yeah, 19 of 25 at 76% for Maiden.
That's a game's worth, and he only played, what, 3 quarters, 2.5? That's been the case all year, so Maiden's numbers are not as impressive as they were last year, except for touchdowns to interceptions, and completion percentage are still pretty solid numbers.
Yeah, he doesn't throw interceptions. I mean, he's too careful with the ball. If it's not there, he'll just go ahead and throw it away.
Well, I can tell you how many he had last year. He's got none so far this year. I think I've got last year's interceptions. How about, I don't have it. Dadgummit. Sorry to build that up, and I didn't have it. Here come the Mustangs. Nope, here come the... Yeah, it is the Mustangs. We have a third. No, that's Beltran still in there at quarterback. Thought it might be the third quarterback. Beltran will hand off to, that's Matthew Carter. His first carry, breaks a tackle and is tackled from behind as he reaches the 45. And that tackle from behind, a nice open field tackle by Zach Cabrain. 5 yards. Carter was one tackler from getting to the sideline.
I
like the future of this Saxy running game, Bobby.
Yeah, they got some good players.
A lot of guys, as
really
you said,
depth.
who could play for anybody in the district. A lot of second teamers. I wouldn't mind these two backs on any other team in this district. Beltran hands it
fast.
Carter.
Woo, he
Big
hit the
hole.
hole.
Boy, yeah, they both hit the hole in a hurry. That's what I like. Might need to grow a little bit, both Carter and Washington, but they've got the speed and ability. First down at the 35.
Quick, didn't he?
Yeah, they're explosive. Again, another tackle by Cabrain. 2 in a row.
Well, they get down in their stance really early. That play, still got 13 seconds on the play clock, and I think he's just going to let it roll way down. Those linemen have to set for a long time.
I wish he would. Carter again.
That's gone.
Middle. It may
he
go.
Ain't going to catch him.
It may go. It will go as he beats the safety to the end zone. Touchdown, Saxy. Matthew Carter, just his third carry of the night.
Woo!
He is fun to watch. So's Washington.
Well, that line did such an awesome job. You see that hole that just opened up? They not only got the first guy they hit, then they bounce off and take a linebacker out and open that hole up. That's just really nice work right there by the offensive line.
Second TD run of the year for Carter. PAT a-coming. Perez gets it. 8:55 fourth quarter. It is now 74-2, and Saxy has the backups in. 74-2 over Garland on GRS TV. Some of the folks on hand here tonight at Williams Stadium. Again, a massive crowd for Saxy. I know they draw well, folks. Probably draw better than anybody in the district. But it's Thursday night. Usually our Thursday night crowds are a little bit down, but not at Saxy High School.
Yeah, they really travel well.
Mustangs will kick off. They traveled well to Copper's Cove on that long road trip a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. If you've never been to that part of the country, Bobby, you need to go. The Killeen area is really nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful over there.
It's a whole different part of the state.
Uh-oh, he's got some room to run. Look at here.
Huge.
He can go.
Holcomb.
Go, baby, go.
Jared
go.
Holcomb.
Look at him. He's fast.
Oh, he
nice.
finally got stopped, but makes it all the way inside the 20.
That's what we were talking about earlier. It just looks like it's one guy away from them breaking one, and they've done such a good job on their kick return team.
Most
today.
of it by Jaron Holcomb tonight.
Boy.
Needless to
job,
say, they've got a lot more return
yardage.
yardage.
Catch him either. He was fast.
Their average kickoff return tonight is at least 25, 30 yards.
Very well.
And it just went way up on that return, by the way. Going to mark him at the 21. Here come the Owls. You know, they'd love to get a touchdown, I'm sure, Bobby. 2 points is better than a shutout, but they'd like to get a touchdown right here.
Absolutely.
8:42 left in our fourth quarter. No running clock, which will help them to try and score with the backup quarterback in there. Herrera. They try to run it again. New running back in there now. That is Ruben Zamora. junior, just 5'5", 155.
I mean, it's amazing that they lose yardage on just about every running play.
Yeah, there's been more losses than gains. That's a good point. Just 2 first downs, folks. They did lead, though, the first 3 minutes on the blocked punt and recovery, or non-recovery, but got a safety.
Run.
There goes Zamora, and that's a first down. Well, nope, they gave him a short mark, a couple of yards short.
Yeah.
Boy, that was not very generous,
Hey,
was
that
it?
was a very nice play, though. I mean, that opened up. Their fullback goes one direction, and he goes to the other direction. It pulls the linebackers the wrong way, and they got them guessing.
A lot of backups on the field now defensively. In fact, even the whole secondary is new now. I only see one possible starter out there for Saxy defensively. Garland with a lot of their first teamers that started tonight, trying to put up a touchdown here. Zamora again. Oh,
great
beautiful
defensive play right there.
Hunter Spears down the line, made the shoestring tackle.
Oh, he got him a turf burn right there.
Short of the first down. I mean, they only needed 2, and they only got 1, so it's 4th and 1. Bobby, this might be their last chance.
Great job of getting off that block and getting over there and getting that tackle right there.
When you start at the 21, you need to get a touchdown. They may get the ball back again later, but it probably won't be in this field position.
I mean, you can't dance right here. You got to run to the right, and you've got to just get down and get the hole.
Clements pounds in there with 235 pounds for the first down on 4th and short.
That's a good job. I mean, that's what you got to do. You can't dance around when you got 2 yards to go.
Quick hitters.
Go.
How do you beat a good defense? Well, quick hitters can't hurt.
And stay low. Stay low.
And Clements is low to begin with, so it's hard for him to get tall. It's like a low bowling ball when he takes the football. So he'll stay in there at fullback with Zamora behind him. A fresh set of downs at the 11. Nope, the chains are down, so they're on the 10. They cannot get a first down without a touchdown. Zamora going to cut it outside.
He's got outside.
Tries to cut it up.
Good cut.
Good gain. He'll get forward progress. Well, I thought, they're going to give him the 4-yard line for a gain of 6.
Very nice run right there.
Clock now at 6 minutes here in 5 seconds. That'll be the halfway mark of our 4th quarter.
Let's see what they're going to do. Maybe they'll run to that wide side of the field. But, boy, they've just not gotten anything out of that running to the outside tonight. So
Garcia's back in there at quarterback.
Look at that hole. That was a great block.
Almost scored, but was down at the 1. They'll get another
75.
chance here.
That was a good block right there. I mean, 75 really cleared it out.
Is it 4th down or 3rd down? I think it's 4th and 1. Nope, 3rd down. So they got 2 more chances to score here.
Yeah, I think it was 1st and goal.
Yeah, it's just the scoreboard is wrong. That's what I'm looking at, unfortunately. No, it's right now.
He's in.
Clements.
That's a touchdown.
Did he get it? Yeah. Austin Clements, touchdown, Garland. That'll put a little pep in their step.
Yeah.
Actually picked up a couple of first downs.
Very nice drive right there. Again, take it low and hit the hole.
Well, they started deep in Saxy territory after the long kickoff return by Holcomb to set it up. There's a rare opportunity tonight for Jose Moreno to try an extra point. I guess they want to practice this because why not just go for 2? But they hadn't had a chance to practice an extra point. Saxy just holds up. Did we get a... Nope, we had a timeout taken by Garland. They killed it. He went ahead and kicked it, but timeout had already been taken. Let's take 1, 2. 5:05, 74-8. Saxy on GRS TV. now they'll try again on the extra point. Little movement in the line, no offsides. Kick is high, not deep, but high and good.
You got it.
Let's take another break. 5:05, 74-9 once they change it on the scoreboard, which they do. Back with more. The close of this one tonight here on GRS TV. Sideline activities here at Williams Stadium.
Yeah, these guys are having a good time. It's always fun when your team's winning.
And especially when it's 74-9.
Yeah.
Garland's going to maybe try an onside kick here.
You know, and our guys that are doing the camera work, a lot of these are Lakeview Centennial students. And they've done an awesome job. They're learning a lot of skill, you know, in the broadcast area where you have to TV and film and all that sort of thing and doing these games. What a great class to be in and be able to do that. I think that would just be so much fun, and they do such a good job.
On the receiver signal for a fair catch, then continue to run with the ball. That's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
You know, what you were talking about a second ago, I wish I had that opportunity in high school.
Yeah, they do such a good job too, man. They just camera work and they're talking to each other and communicate and learn how to do this stuff. GRS TV has an awesome truck, and it's got all that, you know, the monitors in it, and it's just so it's a really great opportunity.
We'll dive handoff to the fullback from the quarterback Anthony Beltran. And that was Gio Maciel, number 31.
31, Maciel, that carry.
No gain, 2nd and 10, 4.5 minutes right now and counting.
I'm sure they're just going to run the ball straight up the middle, so you just got to stop them if you're Garland. Crowd the box.
And they do, force him to tackle. Looks like he wanted to go up the middle and ended up over right tackle for a gain of 1.
Big
Make
number
it 2.
77, Stephen Clardy. Woo, he's a load too, and showing how he can actually play tonight.
Look, inside the truck,
yeah,
Bobby.
there you go. Look at that.
Somebody wave at us in there. Although it's kind
Yeah,
of dark in
they're
there.
all students in here working and doing this. Isn't this a great opportunity?
Turn a light on in there, guys. We can't see you.
Man, that's awesome.
We can't see you. If you turn a light on, we can see your beautiful faces. We're told they do not have beautiful faces in the truck. Well, yes, you do beautiful work whether you got beautiful faces or not. Pretty funny there. Handoff and a 5-yard, 6-yard gain close to the first down, a couple of yards short.
Yeah, they're going to have their first punt. Well, they had that first punt blocked.
Yeah.
For the 2 points there at the beginning, but since then it's really not been any punting going on for Saxy.
I think they wanted to punt a second time, and maybe there was a penalty that gave them a first down.
It did. That's exactly what happened. Garland did stop them.
So Forthman's had nothing punted forward yet. I guess you could say. And Jack Forthman in punt formation. They're expecting a pretty good kick. Return man back to the 42 of Garland. Working that clock down. That play clock's under 10. We're at 2:45 and counting on the big clock here in the big house. Line drive, wobbly. Pretty good kick. It's fumbled. Picked up. Can't do it on the kick, but we can return a fumbled punt, and it is returned. And that is Washington. That is Chris Washington. In the right place at the right time. Boy,
Yeah, just bounced straight right up into his hands, man. That's just, we've seen it a couple of times this year.
How many fumbled kicks have we seen tonight from Garland? They have not been mistake-free. Now, wait a minute. They're saying Garland football. The referee pointed. Now, he pointed the wrong way and now turns around and says Saxy football. Nobody's perfect tonight. 1st and 10 Mustangs.
So they got their offensive line in their stance, and they're going to have to sit there for 20 seconds.
By the way, I want to say about our crew, that's the best-looking crew in the dark I've ever seen. Mayseal carries. Pretty good opening, and then he spun down all of a sudden. This nice tackle out of the blue there by Montana Miller.
Hey, there's some more of them now.
Now we can see some beautiful faces there.
Look at that. That's great work, guys. Hello to you.
I hope you're cooler out there than we are in here. Our air conditioner's just not working tonight. I'm going to have to bring an air conditioner from now on.
I mean, what kind of that opportunity, an awesome opportunity as a kid to get to go out here.
I wish I had it in high school.
Do this videography and
absolutely,
and getting the production. That's really fun. They eventually can go to college for that, and then go and broadcast games in college, and then make it to the NFL or whatever. A lot of opportunities.
Game, 3rd and 7 coming, 1:45 and counting. Saxy just trying to run out the clock here.
They do have to work hard because I know that they have to get here really early to set up, and then they have to break it all down in the evening after the game.
Now, how would you know, Bobby? You walk in here 15 minutes before kickoff. How would you know they're getting here early?
Because they take care of me.
Let's again remind you for one final time what's coming up this weekend. On the October the 19th, Thursday, we'll have Garland and Lakeview Centennial. That could be a pretty good ball game, actually. And then Friday night, October the 20th, Rowlett and South Garland are 2 upcoming games here on GRS TV. Bobby and I will have that Thursday night game. Another carry to the 39 and stayed in bounds, which was the important thing. Got to run at least one more play here. But it's 4th down, so Garland may get it back. 4th and 9 coming as Beltran continues to be the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it's 45 seconds on the clock. You got 22 left on the play clock, so you do have to get a 1st down or you will turn it over. And there'll be 1 play left.
By the way, we have not mentioned our CEO, Delbert Richardson, who does such a great job organizing everything here at GRS TV. He's also the man that gets us paid, Bobby.
He puts it all together. Been doing it for a long time, and he's really good at it.
Garland holds, they take over. They've got 21 seconds and 2 timeouts. They got that touchdown they wanted real badly, so I wouldn't expect a whole lot of fanciness here. 74-9. It was 40-0, excuse me, at halftime. Again, Garland led 2-0. That I would have never predicted, especially on a safety.
Well, you know, they got the stop, 4 down stop, and then they got the block punt. So, you know, it looked pretty good at first.
And made Saxy drive the, good 60-yard drive in several plays. Defense looked okay early. But then Saxy, the machine got well oiled by the 2nd quarter, and they were classic Saxy up and down the field quickly. That's going to do it. We're under 5 seconds. Bobby, enjoyed it as always. Enjoyed your company. We'll see you next Thursday, this coming Thursday night.
All righty.
We got some good ones coming down the road. Not a good one tonight, but enjoyed it anyway. Reminder, our final score, Saxy 74, Garland 9. Saxy undefeated still on the season at 6-0. 2-0 in district play. Ranked number 6 in the state, number 3 in the area. Garland falls to 1-6 and 1-2 in district play. For Bobby George, for our entire crew here at GRS TV, great job once again tonight. From Williams Stadium in Garland, I'm Scott Powell. So long, everybody.